message on the pavement burns so bright. I wonder what the wave meant. Kickstart to golden generate hub. Sweet talk, but don't intimidate hub. Can't stop the gods from engineering. Feel no need for any interfering. Your image in the dictionary. This life is more than ordinary. Can I get you maybe even 3 of these? Coming from a space to teach you of the Pleiades. Can't stop the spirits when they need you. This life is more than just a read through.
Thanks. Oh. Hello, everyone. Just thank you very much for your patience. If you can just wait for maybe 1 more minute, we'll be starting here very shortly. 1 more minute. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Again, just a quick reminder, if you could, please, just again, during the COVID protocols, if you could just have your mask on, even if you're seated. Again, only time we take our masks off if we are eating and drinking. So we thank you for that. And thanks again for coming. Just going to start the proceedings with a short video. Welcome, everyone. I'm John Ryan, Director of Athletics and Recreation here at Cape Breton University, and I'll be your Masters of Ceremonies for today's announcement. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are located in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. We acknowledge them as the past, present, and future caretakers of this land. For those of you who haven't been back to Cape Breton University in a while, welcome back. We're pleased to have you here today as we make some exciting announcements about the future events here at Cape Breton University. Even though the pandemic has meant that we did not play our varsity teams last year, that didn't mean that we were idle here at CBU. So what have we done? Over the past year and a half, investments and capital improvements have been made to our facilities. At the Cape Breton Health and Recreation Complex, where our soccer teams play, we've wrapped the fields in our Capers brand. We have a new media tower for broadcasting. We've partnered with NovaStream to elevate our broadcast to one of the best, if not the best, webcasts in the country. And we have new seats being installed as we speak this week in our bleachers. In the Southern Fieldhouse, went into a major renovation, the first one since it was built in 1974. We've painted the whole building from ceiling to floor, including all 3 courts, to represent our island and the Capers brand. We have a brand new renovated entrance, which is breathtaking and very professional. We will be continuing these renovations as we find ways to highlight the great tradition of CBU athletics from our early days to our present successes. All of these investments are being made to provide all of our CBU students with professional facilities to enhance their student experience and to attract future students to our beautiful campus. And behind the scenes, the staff and volunteers have been pushing, very busy planning some major events. Excitement is building for next week as we host the AUS Men's and Women's Soccer Championships from November 4th to 7th. We will have 12 teams coming to Cape Breton Island to challenge for both the men's and women's titles. Also next month, we'll be hosting the U Sport Women's Soccer National Championships from November 17th to the 21st. This will be our first national championship since hosting the same event in 2007. To help recognize this upcoming event, I'd like to ask Fatu Di from our leadership group of our women's soccer team to come forward to unveil a banner. Announced over 2 years ago, our Capers men's soccer team, under the leadership of head coach Dino Morley, will also host a national championship with the U Sport Men's Soccer Championship in November 2023. To recognize this event, I'll ask team captain Ewan Bald to unveil a banner. But we've been keeping a secret. There's another major event we're announcing today in partnership with U Sports, the national governing body for university sport in Canada. Joining us via Zoom from Richmond Hill, Ontario, please welcome U Sports Chief Sport Officer, Lisette Johnson-Stapley.
Good morning. Thank you. Merci. Thank you, John, very much. Good morning to you all, Mr. President. I am so thrilled to be part of this special announcement today. I do wish I could be there in person with you all. In addition to all the wonderful investments CBU is making to their facility and the hosting of AUS and U Sports National Soccer Championships over the next 2 fall seasons, I'm extremely proud to announce today that U Sports has selected Cape Breton University and the community of Cape Breton to host the 2023 U Sports Women's Basketball Championships. We are excited to be bringing the U Sports Women's Final 8 Championship back to the AUS for the first time since 2016. all of us, will bring together the top 8 female university basketball teams across Canada who will make their way to Cape Breton from March 9th to the 12th, 2023. The CBU and Cape Breton sport community has a track record of hosting outstanding events, and we are grateful for your continued commitment to hosting youth sports national championships. When John and his team made their bid presentation to youth sports, it was clear that all of you are committed to staging an exciting and highly competitive national women's basketball event. We'll welcome the rest of Canada with your Cape Breton flair, that you value and place in high regard the importance of Indigenous initiatives, as well as growing women's basketball in your community and in the Maritimes. And through CBC sports coverage, through their digital platforms, your team there, your fans, and all participants will have the opportunity to inspire young female athletes across this nation. This year's Women's Soccer Championship will be one of the first youth sports events broadcasted on CBC Sports digital platform, which is part of a recently announced 4-year digital strategy. What does this mean? Every game will be made available for free to fans worldwide. A youth sports strategy to bring exposure of university sport to Canada. We are looking forward to your scenic drives, breathtaking views, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fresh seafood. I can only eat imitation lobster for so long. We are looking forward to seeing large crowds this November, next November, and in March of 2023, and showcasing you around the world on CBC Sports. Mr. President and John Ryan, to you and your staff and all your volunteers and your partners, thank you for your dedication to growing university sport in Canada. And to all the Capers, student athletes and coaches, we look forward to seeing great competition. Thank you. Merci.
Thank you so much, Lisette. I know I speak on behalf of our head coach, Fabian McKenzie, and his team. They're so excited to welcome the rest of the country next March here at CBU. Terrific news for not only our institution, but for our island. At this time, I'd call upon Haley McLeod, a member of our women's basketball team, and the 2020 AUS Rookie of the Year, all the way from Marion Bridge, to unveil the 3rd championship hosting banner. With today's announcement, CBU is set to host 3 national championships in the next 3 academic seasons. This is a very big deal and something CBU and Capers Athletic is very proud of. In order for Cape Breton University to host national events to this caliber, it's important for local champions from our corporate community to step forward and partner with us, the university. For our upcoming U Sport Women's National Soccer Championship, we're thrilled to announce the local business Protocase as the title sponsor of this year's championship tournament. Protocase is growing as it celebrates its 20th year in business this year. No small feat. Last weekend, they were recognized by the Chamber of Commerce with the Innovation and Advancement Award, and their sister company, 45 Drives, won the Exporter of the Year award. Congratulations. Representing our title sponsor today, Protocase, I call upon their marketing manager, Allison McDonald.
Thank you, John. I'm pleased to be here on behalf of our whole team at Protocase, including our president, Steve Lilly, and vice president, Dr. Doug Milburn. So at Protocase, we help engineers, researchers, and innovators all over the world get their projects done and meet their deadlines by manufacturing their custom metal parts and enclosures quickly to their exact requirements. So, given that, why support CBU athletics? Well, it all comes down to our team. We are over 350 people strong, with many folks on our own team proud CBU alumni. We are proud to support arts, culture, and sport right here in Cape Breton. And as part of that commitment, we're always keen to support initiatives that provide our staff, as well as their family and friends, the opportunity to get out and watch, which, given the past year and a half we've all gone through, is now even more special. So what better initiative to support than the chance to watch Canada's best female university soccer athletes compete, including our own Cape Breton University Capers, right here in our community. So on behalf of everyone on Team Protocase, I wish Cape Breton University and the Capers the very best as they welcome the nation later this November. We can't wait.
Thank you, Allison, and thank you to Steve Lilly and Doug Milburn and the whole team at Protocase. They're not only a valuable partner to Capers Athletics, but to the entire university, hiring many of our graduates over the years. At this time, we'd also like to thank our other partners and sponsors who will make this tournament a great success, starting with our presenting sponsor, Bell Alliant, and say hello to Judy McMullen, also here with us today. Thank you, Judy. Our government partners, the province of Nova Scotia, through the Department of Communities, Culture, Tourism and Heritage, and their sport hosting program, Cape Breton Regional Municipality, our broadcast partner, as Lidette talked about, CBC Sports, and many local sponsors such as Cape Breton Hyundai and Jim Sampson Motors, the local credit unions, Cape Breton Language Centre, operated by ICAP Nova Scotia, Cape Breton Beverages, Breton Brewing, Mayflower Dental, Hot 1019, A New Country 103.5, Saltwire Network, the Mayflower Mall, and Trans Overland Limited. Now I'd like to call upon someone who has been with our women's soccer program since we introduced it back to the AUS and youth sports in 1996. He has been the Capers head coach for 25 years and is a 3-time National Coach of the Year. Please welcome Stephen Ness Timmins.
Steve Horn told me he would do that entrance song. That's a fabulous song. My girls know what that walkout song is all about. Terrific stuff. For years now, I talk to coaches across the country at national tournaments and beyond. And I often get the question, when is Cape Breton going to host another national? Well, I guess we answered that question here today, big time. It's always special when Cape Breton hosts these events. And the people know that from across the country. They come for the hospitality, and they get that feeling, that experience that you only get when you come here. So we're very proud of that going forward. Now, I know we have people on the campus here and in the community we feel that should come out and cheer us on in a couple of weeks. Now, I know it's on social media and it's on these big screens that John Ryan has been bragging about all the time. But it's a whole lot different when you show up in person and check out all the activities that are on the go. Now, we say to our team, it's important to be a soccer player in September, but it's more important to be a soccer player in November. So for you fans out there, November is when we need you the most. So put on an extra pair of socks, bundle up and embrace it. Because when you are live at the field, that is when the team can really feel that 12th player experience and home field advantage. Now, it is my great pleasure today to introduce to you the honorary chair of the upcoming U Sports Women's Soccer National Championship. In honor of her contribution and support and service to CBU, I would like to announce that Mrs. Nancy Dingwall will be recognized as the honorary chair for this year's Soccer National Championship. Although Nancy is not able to make it here today, I'd like to give you a little background on her. Nancy started her career with the CBU athletics team in 1980 and served as the Capers physiotherapist until her retirement in 2013. During those 33 years of service, Nancy worked with student athletes as well as the community members through the Max Bell Health and Counseling Center. I always thought, she said, I was the luckiest physiotherapist because I had the best clients. The students were motivated and healthy and appreciated the work we did with them. I can't think of a single student I didn't enjoy during those times. Nancy has represented CBU on the national stage for U Sport and CIS meetings on different committees, and she often accompanied the teams to national championships throughout the years. She served as a volunteer physiotherapist lead for our Canada Games in 1987. She says it was an honor and a privilege to be part of the CBU family throughout her career. And although she spent most of her time working with the student athletes, Nancy became a vital member of the campus community as a whole, and says whether she was in the athletic department or attended meetings with others throughout the campus, she always felt included and heard. In Nancy's words, she says that each person she encountered on her CBU journey had an impact. But it would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge former CBU athletic director Bucky Buchanan for giving me the opportunity to work at CBU in 1980. He always made me feel respected. All of the directors and head coaches did. I always felt part of the team at CBU, and being part of the athletics team gave me confidence to participate in other activities outside of athletics. Since her retirement in 2013, Nancy has remained an active part of the community, having served on the boards of the Cape Breton Regional Hospital Foundation and, of course, Hospice Cape Breton. We're very proud of the hospice build. We are thrilled to cut the ribbon, she says, of the recent opening of the new hospice center here in Sydney. Nancy says her time at CBU taught her the value of teamwork, something she has carried throughout her career and beyond. She has remained active in the community and is a fixture at the Caper Games. I know that for certain. She says, I'm such a big fan of these student athletes, she says, I can't wait to cheer them on as they fight for another national title on home turf. One of Nancy's highlights was watching the 2007 women's soccer team win a national gold medal here on home turf. That legendary year was the last time CBU hosted a youth sports national championship, so it is incredibly fitting to come full circle here today and have Nancy serve as our honorary chair next month. On a personal note, I have known and worked with Nancy for years. I've been around a few years myself, and I'm so proud to have her accept this invitation from us to represent us once again. She took care of our student athletes in a professional manner, but more importantly, she connected with them and did it all for the right reasons. We continue to thank her for her support. She is a true example of grace and class. So I'd like you to have a little round of applause for Mrs. Nancy Dingwall.
Thank you, Ness. I also like to thank Nancy for stepping forward and accepting this invitation to be our honorary chair. and for allowing us the opportunity to recognize her outstanding contribution to our department, to the university, and our community. You're a very special person, Nancy, who had a profound impact on so many people. An event of this size is not possible without the efforts of many people, giving of their time. Behind this event is a strong local organizing committee who's doing great work. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank our chair, Jennifer Billard, and the whole organizing committee who have worked hard over the last 2 years and staying committed even through the pandemic. Thank you so much for your efforts. At this time, we'd also like to thank our president, David Dingwall, for his vision to go after and bid for these national events. His leadership has enabled CBU to execute first-class events in a safe environment. There are so many exciting weeks and years ahead here at CBU, and Capers Athletics is so fortunate to play a small role in that. As Echo Ness, we really like to have the university community and the community as a whole to come out and support our events over the next 3 years. We really can't do it without our corporate community and the community as a whole. There are ways to participate this November, if you wish. Volunteering. Events like this, as I said, doesn't happen by itself. We need people to step up and help. If at this time you'd like to volunteer for our national championship, please email volunteer@cbu.ca. Also for tickets, we have a tournament and daily passes now available for our soccer championships. They are available by calling the box office here at Cape Breton University at 563-1652 or by emailing caperstickets@cbu.ca. To wrap up, our Capers soccer teams are on the road this weekend to close out the regular season before hosting the AUS Championship November 4th to 7th. Our basketball teams have their home openers this weekend in the newly renovated Sullivan Fieldhouse, Friday and Saturday night, 6 and 8. We encourage everyone to come out and support our Capers. For the media in attendance today, our 4 varsity coaches and their captains are available today for interviews. I encourage everyone to stick around. We have some food and drinks to be served here at the bar. Once again, on behalf of Capers Athletics, our head coaches, our student athletes, we want to thank everybody here today for their continued support, and we look forward to seeing you on the pitch next month in November. Thanks for coming.